This is Nat with the Other Side Nursery, and I'll be showing you how to pot up your new Sarracenia rhizome. So you would need a pot. I prefer a plastic pot just because it's easier to handle and a lot more durable than many other pots out there, and it retains moisture really well. You'll need Sphagnum peat moss and Pearlite. So just generally half Sphagnum peat moss and half Pearlite would be the easiest ratio to work with. So first of all, let's mix that up a little bit. With the Sphagnum peat moss, you just want to make sure that there's no extra fertilizer or anything added in there, just because Sarracenias don't really handle any additives too well. Perlite, generally they don't really add anything into the perlite anyway, so most brands you should be fine with. So just kind of mixing it there. Sorry, the setup isn't really that fancy, but whatever, it works. Now you fill up your pot up a little bit. Let's see. This is when I probably need 2 hands, but we'll make this work. So fill it up maybe 1/3 way, and then with your Sarracenia white rhizome, it's kind of rested in there. Usually with your other hand, you hold the Sarracenia still, but that's fine. We'll make this work. I fill it up a little bit like that, and then shake it up so that the soil works its way in between the roots. Do a little bit more. Shake it up. Do a little bit more. Shake it up. Sometimes that. There. And what you want to keep in mind is that you want to cover most of the roots. Even a little bit of the roots exposed like this should be fine, as long as the majority of the roots are covered. What you don't really want to cover too much though would be the rhizome, and that would be like the stem part of it. And also you don't really want to cover the leafy new growth part too much. Let's see. What I forgot to grab would be a little pitcher of water. Here, let me do something unprofessional. I'm gonna put the camera down. Please enjoy the sight of soil for a quick second. Okay, I'm back. So, I guess I don't have a water container, but that's okay. I have this little stool with water that I just place in. So this is what you do. You water it up. You water it a little bit. The soil will definitely kind of settle in and shrink down a little bit, and that's when you add a little bit more soil. By the way, when you work with perlite, you would just want to make sure that you cover your nose or something like that, because these little particles can get into your nose and cause respiratory issues. And definitely it's best to just kind of work with them outside your house, but as long as you don't inhale a whole dust of it, you should be fine. It's more of a precautionary thing. So let's add a little bit more water. There you go. Here's some random root. That should be fine though. So as you can see, the rhizome is sitting on top of the soil. All the other roots are underneath, and not the cleanest, but not the worst. Yeah, so this can grow inside this pot. Well, depending on the vigorousness of your plant, some will outgrow this size pot in a year. Some will take about 4 to 5 years or so. It really just depends on your plant. But this would be it. I would be sitting this outside, full sun. During spring in the Pacific Northwest, they start emerging around late March or so. Yeah, you don't have to really cover it from the rain that is in the Pacific Northwest. We don't really get too cold. On really dry, windy, cold days, like 20-degree wind or so, I might cover it up with plastic tarp. But other than that, I just leave it out in the open, sitting in water, maybe about this high. I don't really gauge the water too much. Sometimes it goes up a little bit higher, sometimes a little bit lower. As long as it's sitting in water, it should be fine. Since it's winter time, it's not going to require that much water, but you also don't want the soil to dry out. Yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to message me at info@theothersidenursery.com. I'm just trying to keep this as simple as possible. Thank you.